Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the second video demonstration and of the Impress TV back office capabilities. If you remember from the last video, we talked about the inventory management system and how content can be made available for merchandising and monetization. In this session, I'm going to take us through the merchandising and monetization modules. And just as a quick reminder here, of course, we have the dashboard, and we see that two EPG files have been exchanged since the last time the demo was loaded. And we've also been ingesting content from a content aggregation strategy from a partner that is providing sports content and celebrity TV content. This is for a demonstration we're preparing for. I'll probably dip into that just to show some of the capabilities of the system from inventory to merchandising. So let's talk about the merchandising menu. Merchandising is basically the connector for the user experiences. So we build up our inventory. Our inventory will consist of channels, the EPG for the channels, the VOD content, the live content, anything that's in the inventory. It's up to the merchandising platform to make these available to the user experiences. The first building block of merchandising is platforms. Platforms are how we break down the brands for a service operator, or how we segment different user experiences or different applications. So a platform can be thought of as a brand. So for example, in the UK we have Sky TV is a set-top box driven in-home experience, but they also have another brand called Now TV, which shares some of the same channels and some of the same movies, which runs on a Roku box that's branded Now TV. So these are two different brands for the same service operator. In our language, they're different platforms. So for example, here you can see we have the UK Cloud TV demo, which is 48 channels. It's intended to be on OTT devices, although we use the same demo on set-top boxes. And here you have another brand which supports more channels, 148 channels. The platform is the main placeholder. It's the root of channel lineups and catalogs for different VOD live content, so transactional or streaming VOD or transactional VOD content. So platform is the main placeholder. In these particular menus, you can adjust for every platform. Every platform can have a different channel lineup. And this may be, as I said before, on a particular brand or a particular application. You know, the in-home to the device-based on-the-go, over-the-top experience may have different rights with the content owners. So you could have 200 plus channels, 300 plus channels on the home experience, but only 60, 70 channels on the OTT experience. And this is exactly where you do that configuration. It's very simplistic. You have the list of channels that are available on this platform. If I wanted to add a channel to this particular platform, I could search for it and put the right search criteria in. Here I've got a couple of channels that meet my search criteria, add it onto the lineup, and then move it where I want it to appear in my lineup. So that should be after lifetime. Again, nothing will happen with the changes. So if I move the BBC One channel down out of position into position 3 from position 1, nothing will happen until these are published. These changes are published, and only an authorized operator can publish. If you're an unauthorized operator, you have to send via the workflow orchestration to approval, and that could be single approval steps, multiple approval steps. As we saw within the inventory system, that's configurable by the workflow engine. To ensure I don't make any changes to the demo system, I'll just unwind my changes, but I won't even press publish, so I didn't actually have to unwind them. The next building block within merchandising is the catalogs. Catalogs are the content. So we have channels, linear, and we have content, and content can be live events, video on demand, TV shows, and even games within the system. And we break the system down into catalogs. So this is each platform can have multiple catalogs. On this particular platform, we've got 3 catalogs. The featured movies and TV shows. We could have another catalog. A good example would be a kids catalog, and you could have a kids platform, or you could add the kids catalog to your OTT platform, or even to your in-home platform. You can add it to as many platforms as you like, but it's a very high-level grouping of the content. So if we drill into the movies catalog, and very high level, metadata, you can add media to the catalog. In this particular case, we don't have any. We saw how that would happen in inventory, so the catalog can be given let's try and find a catalog logo. Now we could just put anything on there. We won't do that for the purposes of the demonstration, but just to show how it could easily have been done. And the other large part of catalogs is they're broken down into sections. So sections are the parts of the catalog that enable us to create user experiences similar to Netflix, similar to most VOD stores, any layout that you like, but the layouts will consist primarily of content lists. So a section is a content list that is powered by multiple content feeds. So a feed we'll talk about shortly, but the main section heading is Action Heroes. Drill down into this. We have some metadata on the section. We have some pointers or tips on how the layout should be for the user experience. Again, we could add media to it. This one doesn't have any media. We could again go through the library of media items, and here we have the main content driver of the feeds. In this particular section, the feeds are action movies curated, and that is a very simplistic drag and drop curator, operator, content marketing operator creates the list of content. So it's editor's picks, or it's we recommend for you. It's anything that, or a special offer package. So you want to create a Tom Cruise special movies to celebrate the new Tom Cruise movie. You want to bundle together the 4 or 5 other Tom Cruise movies within a trilogy, or within a pack, and you may want to do a special offer and buy one movie, get buy a movie pack for 10 movies, and this is the content that is within that pack. And you'll see how we also do that with merchandising later. The dropping into the feeds, again, you can see this is a very simplistic feed, curated fixed list of chosen content, and the content is 10 items at the moment. But if you wanted to add a movie, and in our inventory system we talked about Cool Hand Luke, although it's not obviously an action movie, but for the purposes of the demonstration we'll add it to the list, and then we can drop down. If I wanted to just remove that for the moment, we also have advanced searching capability, and here I've got action movies, and now I've run a action movies search criteria, which is saved, and I will add this particular movie, Magic in the Water, and drag it down to slot 8. Now, this is again subject to approval and publishing. If I made these changes, you can see that Magic in the Water was added. It was moved to position number 3, and Avengers was moved to position number 8. So I can close this down, or I could publish it. I won't publish it at this point because it will obviously change some of the demos that are running. So that is the ability to manage content feeds. Let's look at and a section will contain one or many different feeds, and the feeds are the connections to the lists of content. Now, they can be curated or they can be powered by machine-to-machine services like a search, like analytics, like a recommendation engine. So if I go to Action Movies search as a feed and edit that, it's connected to a search engine API, which is powered by Elasticsearch. And when I click on content, I will get a non-editable list of movie content. And let's have a look at the engine. Here's the engine configuration. It's a search engine and it has a scenario name called Action Movies. Let's go look in the system and go to our search engine configuration. We have very similar configuration for the recommendation as well. Here we have Action Movies. This is the feed that is being powered, and here's the filter definition. So here we're filtering based on genre equals drama, genre equals action, and it's an and operator, so you have to have drama and action within the link, or we could have drama or action. Obviously we want and in this particular case because we want both of them to apply. We also have the partner name, and the ability there's a pop-up dialog which I can see on the GoToMeeting isn't popping up, but you can specify within this pop-up all kinds of different attributes. Here we've got partner name. I'll change this quickly to description. We can have description. You can have role played by played character. You can have all kinds of things. So let's put this back to partner name. So what we're actually doing is we're increasing the filter where the partner name is either Warner or the partner is Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. So it's not just a drama action movie, but we also only want from a specific content provider. So at the end of the month, we've got our multiple prepaid licenses or our guaranteed licenses with a content owner. We want to make sure we focus the content from these content owners to get our drawdown on our prepaid licenses. So we're going to filter out content only from 2 content providers, and we want to make sure the content type is movies because we've said it's Action Movies, so we don't want it to be TV shows or so on. So that is the ability to create a machine powered section, and again we look at the content, you see that we end up with the content from these service providers. There's 30 matching items. If we went and changed this to Universal, and we may get a different list of content, but I'm not going to change that for the purpose of the demo. Excuse me. So that's a different way of powering the content feeds. So the content feeds can be, you can see in this case it was curated, in this case it was powered by a search API, and we have the ability to create search engines that are powered by all different strategies, and this one is powered by a recommendation engine. Of course, we have a very sophisticated recommendation engine that enables you to do content to content. It enables me to do personalized content recommendations based on who the user is, what the user demographic is, and so on. And that is linked to what we call a scenario name. A pod main is a recommendation engine scenario. And just we do a quick test of it. It will use a default user, and show how the recommendation engine is tuned. It's very similar rules to the search-based recommendation, but this is obviously going to enable us to create a section within our catalog that is powered by the recommendation engine. The important thing about this, when the application builder is creating his user experience, he is only operating with our API to give us the content for a particular section, and in this section I've just navigated to new releases. You can again look at the section. This is an example of a section that has actually 3 feeds. So it has a main feature, new content, and popular content. New content is driven by ingestion date or release date, and that's how you can configure the engine for new. And popular is driven by analytics. So any feedback loops that we have from an analytics engine will enable us to create a feed based on who's watching or who's buying content, and therefore it's becoming popular. So when you get this particular section displayed, it has the mesh up of 3 different feeds. So one item in the main feature, which is curated, so that's like a hero piece of content. Oz the Great and Powerful is where we've got our hero content at the moment, and the other 2 feeds being new and popular. And then go back to the feeds, to the sections, and go back, sorry, catalogs and the sections, and just get back to that particular section, and then we can drill down again to the feeds, and here we've got the popular feed, and here's the content for the popular feed. We've actually, for the purposes of demonstration, we've curated it rather than driving it off the analytics engine, because the analytics engine is not being stressed very much within a demonstration environment. So we've cheated and put a curated feed on there, but that obviously could be an analytics powered feed. So we have the same capability for EPG feeds. EPG feeds are all about linear TV content, and in the inventory section we saw how we would create editorials around EPG items or linear content, and here is an example of a movie that's on TV, and the movie's called Salt with Angelina Jolie, but our editorial team put, the clever punchline of a pinch of ... meaning a pinch of salt, and it had its own particular editorial and its own editorial content. But the idea of this again is to put this into an EPG feed, and this is into our What's Hot feed. So again, the user experience developer can request a list of linear feeds for editorial recommendations, and these again can be either curated into the What's Hot feed. So if we go and have a look at the EPG editorial feeds and go and look at the What's Hot, we can see it's curated, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces of content. If we add our Cool Movie, that was our Cool Hand Luke editorial, we've added an additional piece of content. I might publish this one, and that will appear in the user experience as a curated piece of content. And exactly the same way as we can do curated and recommendation and search powered capabilities in the editorial and in the content, we have the same concept of EPG editorial feeds being powered by our recommendation engine as well. So especially for you, is a recommended content, personalized. In this particular case, it's personalized EPG content for the home page, which is an engine that we've configured, and the EPG editorials will just give you a hint of what might come back by the recommendation engine, although it will be different per user. And the engine configuration, as we've configured it within the recommendation engine, is linked as an EPG personal. That's a scenario name, and that has a meaning and a configuration within the recommendation engine. So that's the ability to create multiple different merchandising options. And this will all make much more sense when you imagine the user experience and when you see the user experience demonstration and the power that you can have to monetize the, the discovery by enabling driving content discovery towards the monetization. So we can drive a discovery experience to always bring back the movies that we want to monetize or the channels we would like to monetize, or we can skew the results of the personalization towards a monetization strategy. So that brings us nicely on to how content is monetized. And the monetization section is all about how content is linked into what we call products and offers to sell this content. So as you would imagine, all service operators that are operating paid for content will have a number of different products, and these could be configured in central product catalog. A lot of operators run product catalogs that enable them to define the basic TV bundle or the family bundle and the sports bundle, which is a number of different channels, but they don't have the ability to fine grain, drill down and say within this product offering that we've created in our central product catalog, it has the following channels. And in particular, when they're creating SVOD services or TVOD services or specific products and offers, they don't have the ability to map specific content into these specific offers. This is one of the key concepts in monetizing content, is the ability to group our content into products and offers. So here the system breaks, the very top level is products, and we have products are either channel based or content based. And if you have a channel based product, this is a very simplistic product. It's basic TV. It can have, again, creative artwork to describe it, and it's a channel product. Here we have the list of channels. So if I purchase basic TV, I will be entitled to watch the following 10 channels: BBC 1, 2, 4, 5, and so on. It looks like we've got ITV missing from this for some reason. And if we search for it, we will put within here the single ITV HD channel. Let's put the London one in. And of course, you could put all the regional dependencies in and all of the localized versions of that channel. So again, I won't publish this because it will affect the other demonstration. And you can also add the ability to select content or channels with rules, and the rules again powered by search. And I want to show that demonstration a little bit on, but also you have offers. So this particular product, Basic TV Monthly, can be bought under two different offers: Basic TV Monthly Pack or the TV Extras. And just go and have a quick drill down on the offers. If I search for Basic TV Monthly Pack and edit it, this is the offering that will be part of a basic TV package. You can see it's available. This particular offer is available on all devices, and it's available. It doesn't have an offer external ID. The offer provider is actually internal. The offer could be external to a BSS system, so you could go off to order to activation through a large BSS processing system, but in this case it's done internally. And the core things about offers are, what are you entitled to once you've made that purchase? So this is a contract of 12 months. There's no free of charge period. Its validity period is 1 month, so this will be 12 recurring payments over the 12-month contract. You can have 5 devices maximum, and it's eligible for promotion. And the pricing of that is €24.99, and it's a recurring payment of 12 times €24.99. The other offer was TV Extras, and that is just slightly enhanced offer. It's the same number of channels, but you're being offered 72 channels, 7-day EPG catch-up and cloud DVR, again on all the same devices. Again, similar entitlement, 12 months for the contract, 5 devices, but the extra services are you've got 150 gigabytes of PVR storage, and you've got reverse EPG enabled. You've got a reverse EPG period of 2 months, probably too much for the demos, and the pricing for that is for €29.99. So products can have multiple offers. So when you see the user experience on the monetization, you will understand that we will first of all do a content discovery, and then we find a channel, and let's say it's BBC One, and you want to play BBC One, you will be presented with the products that BBC One is part of. In its case, it's part of Basic TV, and you will be presented with 2 offers that Basic TV can be purchased under. You can either purchase it under the Basic TV monthly pack or the TV extra pack. Not a particularly sophisticated product offering. It's very similar to the traditional cable IPTV bundling. You pay your monthly fee and you get X channels. Let's talk about something that's a little bit more sophisticated and go for a sports choice product. Now, the sports choice product again is pick any sport channel, but in this case it's an instance. And what we mean by an instance is the ability to support a la carte purchasing. So we have here 10 channels at the races: Chelsea TV, ESPN Extreme, Sports Perform, Sportcell TV 1, pop-up channel, Singapore, we'll see a game, Sky Sports and Sky Sports 2. Excuse me. Actually, we have 12 channels, so all of the Sky Sports channels. Now, there's 12 channels in here, but under different offers for this particular product, you can have different business rules. So we have a day pass where you can pick 1 channel. So of those 12 channels, you could buy Sky Sports 1 on a day pass, or you could buy Sky Sports 1, Sky Sports 2 and Sky Sports 3 for a month, 3 channels, or you could choose 5 channels from the 12 channels. Again, they will all have different prices. So if we go quickly to the offers and select the day pass offer and edit it. That's the wrong one. Let's go. No, that's probably the right one. Let's just double check and then just go day pass 1 channel pick just to make sure it's the right one. So here we have day pass 1 channel pick. We've got multiple devices again, and we've got entitlement. So it's 1 day, the entitlement. The validity period is 1 day. So it's a 1-day contract and a 1-day validity period. So the payment you make is for 1 day. And here we've got a maximum instances count. So you can call this a la carte. You can call it counted access. But effectively what this allows us to do is to pick 1 channel from the list of 13 that have been added to the products set. So product controls content, offers controls the deal or the entitlement that you're able to purchase. And then we have a further drawdown on quality and price. So if you buy 1 channel per day and standard definition only, it's $2.99. If you buy the 1 channel on the day for the 4K, it's $7.99. So if I go and search for month, and then we've got the month pass 5 channels, you'll see a very similar configuration, multiple devices. Entitlement this time is 1 month and 1 payment, but here we have 5 instances. So our counted access or our a la carte will enable us to add 5 different channels to this bundle, and the pricing is surprisingly similar. So that's obviously something that needs fixing. The pricing for that should be a little bit more money than the day pass. The same concept applies for movies. So you could buy a monthly streaming subscription. Let's go and find a streaming subscription. First of all, let's go to products and find Flicks. So we have Streamflix, streaming movie service, and it's not an instance. You're buying a product. You're buying it with a monthly streaming offer, but here the content is going to be substantial. We've got 378 pages of content, and you can see that it would be any movies that you want to. So let's, for example, say any movies except HBO content could be part of our streaming service. This enables us to specifically point out content that is available as part of the streaming service and sell them under the different offers and so on. And if we go back to products again and look for, I think, sports news, this is a sports news subscription service. The content here would be obviously sports news. So a completely different set of content for a different product offering. So we're able, as an operator, to create all of these different pieces of content bundling. Create a sports news package, maybe bundle that with the sports news channel. So you've got the news channel and the sports news subscription. Any content that is part of the channel can be part of the VOD service. You could create a linear channel plus a VOD catch-up service. You could bundle the two together, or you can make it part of the one deal. And in this particular case, we could say anything that is part of the sports news subscription filter that we've created, which is a very simplistic filter that says content from a company called Perform, will be part of this particular product. So you don't have to day-to-day manage and allocate content, although that's probably something that's very straightforward to do. As new content is coming in, you can cross-check it and validate it and make sure that it's suitable to go as part of the product. As new movies come in, you can make a decision as to whether they should be part of the streaming VOD subscription, maybe part of a TVOD, and so on. And coming back to a la carte capabilities, you've also got the ability to support movie bundles, again as a counted access. So here again we've got a movie choice, and it's an instance again. You can support multiple content for it and multiple offers. So let's quickly log in again. My token has expired for some reason. Okay, sorry for that small hiccup. Let's get back to products. Okay, that's an instance, and again we have different offers. You got a 10-pack of movies, a 10-pack of movies with free data, and a 5-pack of movies. The 10-pack of movies and free data is provided by the service operator. It's a bundled service operator from their existing BSS system. So whenever this pack is sold, we can send a message to the BSS system to say we've sold a 10-pack with free data. The BSS system can provision the free data, and then we can do the counted access for the movie packs. So that's the ability to monetize content through products and offers. And in addition to the basic capabilities of products and offers, you have the ability to create promotions. Promotions are always targeted, so you can create the simplistic promotion, which is, for example, welcome back. Welcome back is a 20% discount, currency code in US dollars, and it's running from 23rd of April 14 to 15. So this one has actually expired. But within that, you can say, I want this offer to be presented only to people that have cancelled their sports pack. And if we go and look at our segmentation rules within here, we have sports cancel And the rules of Sports Cancel is that they cancelled a product called Total Sport within the month of April 2014. So we can add as many rules here. So it could be what was the action? The action could be you watched something, you watched a particular channel numerous times, which means that we're going to give you or you watched a particular type of content a number of times, which means that we can then target a promotion such as a sports fan. You'll get 10%. Then the other segmentation demonstration we have here is a day pass user. So we want to do anyone that's purchased the offer of Sports Channels Daily Total Channels package. They purchased 3 day passes. They would be a good candidate to upsell to a monthly contract basis. So once they've bought 3 day passes, they're in the territory of it's cheaper to buy the subscription and tie them into a 12-month contract. So, and the other part of the system, it manages the content owner contracts, and where you're aggregating content from multiple content owners, you have a ability to create revenue share type opportunities where anything that's coming from the Scripps network, for example, that if we sell a Scripps channel like the Food Network, the wholesale value of that is £89, 0.89 pence, just slightly less than £1 per channel. So you sell the channel at £1.20, you have to give the content owner 89 cents, 90 cents, and that comes through into our analytics, and we also run revenue reporting for the content owners. So the content owners can operate on the solution in Credit Product, which is an a la carte for 10 channels, and you'll know that within those 10 channels, if you're allowing 90p to £1 per channel, you must sell that pack for more than £10 if you don't want to lose money on it. So there's a health warning around creating products and offers as you add the channels to that particular offer. You've got one channel which is high value and £5, and 6 channels at £2, then you've obviously got to sell that for 12 plus 17, more than £17 per month. So this is the ability to help us with a revenue share type capability. So this is merchandising and monetization, the two ways of helping with content discovery and content monetization. Content discovery powered by curation, through to recommendation, through to analytics, through to the search engine. Lots of different ways to get that content list to the screen. And then once you've got that content list to the screen, the ways to engage the viewer in a purchasing transaction. So content discovery through to content monetization. And that concludes I'll just quickly show the analytics for that. So here, from the monetization capability, we can tell what products are being sold over a weekly basis. I believe this is set for, under the products, how much of each offer was consumed. So we got 3 channel, 5 channel passes being sold, and we've got the basic TV pack being sold, and we've got 10 movies being sold with free data, and then what promotions got utilized within those purchases, and what settlement we have to give to, in this case we've sold channels on behalf of Scripps Network and Perform Network, so we have to do revenue settlement for those. So these are analytics. This also links into the BSS. So that concludes the capability of the back end, from inventory you saw earlier, through merchandising, through monetization. And the quick refresher while I'm here is we have been ingesting video clips into the system, and through a content syndication process, and our good friend Donald Trump has been in the news at the moment, so we've been syndicating content in for a demo from Donald Trump.